She always liked horses. Well, I always had this little thing for horses, so I went out and bought one. You know, and it was one of the best purchases I ever made. Name is Ike Johnstone. Right now we're at the Bill Pickett Riding Academy, located on West River Drive in Montgomery, Fairmount Park, Philadelphia. We moved in here to start a youth program to work with the youth, primarily in the Temple area. So it was started to, like, as far as I'm concerned, to give back to Temple and to the kids in that area. Right. So we take the kids out of the North Philadelphia area. Primarily they come from North Philly, but now we take them from all over the city, especially what's going on in the city with all the crime and whatnot. And we're trying to reach out to as many young people as we possibly can. But we started this program along with Mr. White, who was the vice president at Temple at the time, and Mr. Bergman. So the three of us started this program in 1996, I think it was. Yeah, what we do, basically what we do, we bring the kids down here. It primarily was a summer program. We bring the kids down here during the summer months just to get them out the neighborhood, expose them to the horses. You know, we have them riding, but the whole thing wasn't designed to make riders out of them, but it's just to get them out the neighborhoods. When my kids were very young, like Lance, he was about 12 years old. I remember us going to a horse auction, and I wanted to buy him a cowboy hat, and Lance refused the cowboy hat. He said, "Dad, because all that's doing is imitating a white man." You know, he was just 12 years old. Then that's when I realized that he didn't understand the history of the black cowboys, the black West, and the contributions that African Americans played in it. We're not imitating anyone. If you really get into the history of the West, and we call it the Black West, it was the blacks who settled the West, you know, including the Buffalo Soldiers. They're the ones who fought the Indians. So it's that history that I end up trying to teach my kids. Now we pass that on, because that's one of the things we do down here is teach the history of the Black West and the Buffalo Soldier. When we bring, say, like a young kid in here, 7 or 8 years old, that's never been around a horse, just seen them on TV, they're terrified. Horses, because they're intimidating, you know what I'm saying? But then, once we start to working with them, you know, we get them to the point where they'll lead this big animal. Can you imagine what that does to one? You know, 2 days ago they was terrified. Now they're leading this big, huge animal, you know, just with his fingertips. And it also teaches that you can get things, except young people, you can get things out of life without taking them. See, you ain't gonna take nothing from a horse. You know, you're not gonna hold pulling. They measure stuff in horsepower. You know what I'm saying? So you have to cooperate with this horse to get this horse to cooperate with you. So it teaches cooperation. You know, they don't care nothing about you being a corner boy, anything else. You know what I'm saying? You want to respect me. That's what that horse is saying. There are 3 human emotions that are incompatible with communicating with a horse. It's anger, fear, and patience. If you have any anger in you, the horse is going to pick it up, and you're not going to be able to communicate with the horse. So it teaches how to control your anger. Same thing with fear. If you have this fear running through you, they'll pick that up, and you're not going to be able to communicate. So once you learn that you cannot communicate with this animal, if those 3 things are present, then you learn to get rid of those 3 things. You know, when you look at a horse, you're looking at yourself. You know, he has no agenda. You know what I'm saying? What you see is what you get.